Cancer, you are in the process of peeling back many, many, many layers of yourself to reveal something that you haven't seen before, but that you will recognize. It's a piece of yourself. It's a core, authentic self that is emerging to the surface. Now, I'm not saying you haven't been authentic this entire time. Of course you have. But there's something that you're beginning to recognize, something you're beginning to understand about yourself and your uniqueness. And in fact, in my meditation, I got, you realize your difference is a blessing when you thought it was a curse. Something about your core authentic self and your soul was uncomfortable for a while. Maybe you were having a hard time with a certain area of your life, a certain skill set, or you felt like, why can't I have what this person has so easily? Or why can't I do this thing? Why can't I just achieve it? Or why can't I look a certain way? Or whatever it is for you, there's something here that you felt was oddly different than others. Or it could even be your mental state, your energy, your psychic abilities, whatever. But it felt a little bit uncomfortable for you. You weren't able to fully step into it and own it. Maybe because other people tried to swallow it, tried to swallow you whole whenever you showed this part of yourself as something that was not only authentic, but something to celebrate. It's like those moments in time where you said, you know what, I'm just going to bare my soul. I'm just going to be myself as I am, and including in this different way that I handle things or the different way that I think about something. And then somebody would it's like a rapture I'm hearing. They would just kind of capture maybe your energy or just glom onto you or suffocate you or ridicule you in some way. So then you would put the layers back on and say, you know what, I'm just going to keep that to myself, or maybe that thing that's different about me, I should change, I should work on. It's not really all that great. No more. You're coming to a point on your path where you realize this is who I am. And in fact, it's this very thing that is different from others that is my gold. It is my light. It is what makes me who I am and able to create the life I want in this world. So if you tuck that part of yourself away and you don't show it or you don't celebrate it, then you run into obstacles, you run into difficulties, you meet people you don't resonate with, you have quarrels and issues, and life starts to drag down. But the minute that you bring that out and you live in it fully and you explore it and you celebrate it, whatever this aspect of you is, things just start to piece together. And this is a time for healing, for harmony, for completing a cycle. And then the two cards that came out were great because they go along with this theme of the layers, these layers you're taking off and putting on and taking off, but now you're really taking them off. And the two cards I got have snakes on them. So this is about shedding an old skin. Now, don't get me wrong, these layers, these skins that you've been wearing in certain areas of your life, maybe at work or in a relationship or with friends, they served you. They made sense for you to wear this skin. It got you through certain doors, or it allowed you to connect and network with certain people, or maybe it was just the path of least resistance. Like, okay, this person's just not going to get me, so I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to keep this skin on. But there's a friction now. It's like the skin is rubbing against your authentic self, and it's like not comfortable anymore to go out into the world hiding that gold that lives within you, that you have. But once you bring this gold out, like I said, it's like you're going to meet a side of yourself that is just so bold, okay? And full of life, like light. You can see it in your eyes and on your face, so you're just lit up. Okay, so the snake, shedding skin. And then the tarot card that I got is the World card with completion, triumph, and harmony. Beautiful energy. You're also taking others by surprise. The more layers you shed, the more you transform into your, I don't want to say your authentic self, because you're already authentic. The more that you transform into deeper layers of yourself, I guess is the best way to say it, into your highest form, if you want to say it that way, the more you notice who can handle your energy and who can't. And there are some you may make nervous. They want to run from you. That truth that you emanate, that beauty, that honesty, that confidence in your soul and in yourself and your talent and your skills scares other people because they're disconnected from their own. Now, there are people who will be there with you, celebrating you, slithering alongside you, if you will, okay, shedding skins with you. But Spirit wants to say, don't be shocked when some treat you as if you're a threat. Because in all actuality, you are a threat. You are a threat to their ego or to their shadow side that is keeping them in the dark about their own light. Okay? So this is amazing, beautiful energy. What else did I get? Oh, I also got that life is about to fill up those empty spaces in your life where you feel like you're in a liminal space or you're in a lull, nothing's really going on, maybe even a little bit of boredom, or there's something routine, and you wish you had something to fill up and occupy that time, some good time, some laughter, some creativity, some fun, good health. I'm getting that life is starting to fill up for you and it's going to overflow. Those empty spaces begin to overflow with this kind of abundant energy. And it all begins with you taking those layers off, shedding those skins and saying, you know what? This is me. This is who I am. Okay? And I had a deep conversation with a Cancer today. Actually, the conversation was about the frustration of not having deep conversations. And so for some of you, you are going to have deeper conversations with people who are also shedding skins and connecting on that authentic level, where you can say things and not worry about saying something wrong or being judged. Instead, you have two souls, or maybe more than two souls, a group of souls who recognize each other for all that they are, including their so-called faults or their differences, okay? And again, this message here, you realize your difference is a blessing when you thought it was a curse, is really important. So I don't know what that is for all of you, your difference, but maybe you want to think about how something you weren't satisfied with in yourself, you were treating like it was a curse, it was a bane on your existence. And the minute that you turn that around, I'm seeing the hangman in my mind's eye, the minute that you turn that perception around, you say, wait a second, maybe this is my blessing, then some of the structures, I'm hearing structures, rigid energy, obstacles start to move further away from you. It's like the walls maybe were closing in a little bit and now things get pushed out, okay? The road is wider, okay? I also got that an old ambition is going to return. I don't know what this ambition is, but it feels like something you used to really enjoy doing, but maybe you haven't had time for, you just kind of lost your interest in. It's returning, it's coming back. So you've completed a cycle, that's for sure. Some of you are going to have some cozy times with tea, flowers, and fires. Fire, yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm seeing in here. Maybe you are going to have a campfire or something cozy in your fireplace. I don't know. Okay. So let's get to your reading. Let's see the energy that is supporting you, Cancer. Venus is in your sign right now. My Venus is in Cancer, actually. So Venus is a planet of love, beauty. I'm hearing depth. Okay, I don't usually say that, but depth. It could be about finances as well. But I see you surrounding yourself with beautiful things. Some of these things are things you create yourself. Everything you create is a reflection of yourself. Okay, even the creations that you don't particularly like and maybe you rip up and throw away or you discard and you're not too thrilled with it, or maybe there are readings that you do and you're like, oh, I don't know if that was a good reading. Spirit is saying each and everything that you create into the 3D has a part of your energy. Your essence flows through it, and therefore it's beautiful. And it is the way it is because it's a blessing. Okay, so Spirit's saying even the things that you create that you don't particularly like, you're blessed that you can even create them. Okay, that's the blessing. Not whether you see them as good or bad, successful or not successful. It's the mere fact of the ability to create that is the blessing, because not everyone has that. Okay? And yes, you do create different things. Soul searching with the Hermit, self-discovery. That's what I'm saying. That's the energy for your reading. These layers that you're removing are revealing more and more of your soul, self-discovery. Some of you are going to spend some time alone. That's good for you. Okay? A lot of people's energies, I feel like it feels intense. It feels like there's intense energies around you because they're not sure what to do with you. But they don't need to be doing anything at all with you. Okay? Born leader, King of Wands. Some of these energies want you to lead them, even though they may not act like it. Okay, they might challenge your leadership, but the reason why they're challenging your leadership is because, well, they see you as a leader. They wouldn't challenge it if they didn't even see you as a leader. Do you know what I'm saying? So some people want you to lead them, but they're acting kind of upset about it for some reason. Vision and intent and success. It's because of your level of success, even when you don't try to be successful, or even when you don't try to be noticed, you're noticed. And I don't know why, but some people don't know what to do with it, is just what I'll say. But others are very inspired. And that's the way it usually goes, right? There are those who like us and those who don't, and that's life. As long as it's our authentic self that they either like or don't like, great. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter if you don't like me, I'm my authentic self. But if you're wearing all these layers and masks and, you're trying to fit in or please other people and then they still don't like you, that can feel very discombobulating because you're trying to be liked at that point and it's not working. And then you could think you're a failure and all of that. So just don't do that. Just don't try to fit in, which you usually don't. Don't try to keep wearing the skins that are irritating your soul. Just show up as your authentic self. And if those people have a problem with it, or some people have a problem with it, good. You'll know to stay away from them. Okay? So let's see the challenge. The challenge for Cancers, or whoever's tuning in for this reading, whoever I'm connecting with. Ooh, we have a lot here. We have setbacks, repression, law and order, and ignorance. Okay, so we have the Page of Wands in reverse, the High Priestess in reverse, the King of Swords in the upright, and the Messenger in reverse. Okay, so this is the problem here, the law and order. Somebody who's trying to control the way that you show up, the way that you present yourself, saying, Cancer, you need to be talking like this, you need to be looking like this, you need to be doing this, saying this, feeling this, thinking this. Otherwise, you're going to be repressed or suppressed. I'm not going to listen to you, or I'm not going to give you the job, or I'm not going to pick up the phone, or whatever it is for you. And this is where you experience your setback. When you hand over the authority to whoever this King of Swords is, who wants to make all the laws and have all the power to decide who you are. Now, this King of Swords could be a person in particular, or it could just be societal norms that are telling you who you should be. Could be an algorithm, could be many things. It's an energy that wants you to discipline yourself in order to be accepted. Okay? And this is where you run into the problems, where your intuition feels off, where you feel like you're digging through these weeds trying to find secret intentions of other people. It's where you procrastinate and where you start to disregard your uniqueness. Okay, is when this King of Swords comes up and you hand over some authority to them for whatever reason. So what is this King of Swords energy for you? I'm seeing this needle, the eye of the needle threading through you really have to focus and concentrate when you thread a needle. And depending on the needle size and the thread size, it's not always easy to do. So you really have to shut out the world around you and really focus in on this thing. And that is the setback. That is the challenge. When your vision gets so narrow, trying to put this thread through somebody else's expectations, through somebody else's needle, through somebody else's eye, to be seen in someone else's eye as worthy. That's the setback. Okay? And I feel like sometimes this creeps up on you in not so obvious ways. Okay? Maybe it's a scowl someone gives you, or a little bit of attitude, or you feel like, you're being really welcoming and somebody else is not receptive to that. In those moments, you could give them more power over your mood, your emotions, or your beliefs of yourself by letting their opinions have weight that they shouldn't. Okay? There's an ignorant messenger in your midst. Okay? This could be somebody telling you things that are just nonsense. It says disregard, unreceptive on here. Rather than communicating even with you, with divine patience, understanding, and curiosity, this is an energy that can't hear past their own biases or their own ideologies, their own insecurities. So why let this energy have any authority? Okay? Some of you question your own wisdom at times. This isn't for everyone. I feel like that's coming to an end. Okay? I think you've racked up enough lived experience now to know how wise you actually are. Some of you had to navigate through some serious heartbreak or falling outs with people. Could be family, could be friends, could be lovers. But going through that grounded you in your own wisdom, connected you back to a part of yourself that had been quiet. And I'm seeing the Queen of Swords, the truth teller in you. Not the loud truth teller, but the quiet truth teller that whispers in your ear and tells you that you are exactly how you should be. And you don't need to put on all these skins just so others won't fear you. Okay, so let's get into your reading, Cancer. Let's see what this is all about for you. I mean, I think we know, but let's see what else happens here in this reading. For Cancer. Ooh, love it. Exactly. And one more, Spirit. Wow. So long to some people in your life, right? These aren't only skins of your own that you're shedding, but also other people, skinwalkers that have been around you. People who you have no idea. You've come to realize, I don't really know who you are. I don't really know your intentions. And I feel like you also have realized that they themselves don't really know who they are. I don't know. That could be just for some of you. Let's go through your cards. Your overall energy, the Emperor. This is perfect. It's chef's kiss, I'm hearing. It fits the message so well. Okay? This is you understanding and crafting your identity so that it aligns with your authentic self. There's a fierceness about you. The take no prisoners, no BSing me attitude, that part of you, that you're starting to really respect. Like, you respect that part of yourself. And perhaps in the past you saw that part of yourself, that kind of colder aspect at times, or the like, I'm not taking anyone's BS, I'm gonna do what I want. You used to take that part of yourself as reactionary. Someone pissed me off, so now I'm like this. Or this thing happened to me, so now I'm like this. Instead of seeing that aspect of yourself as reactionary and caused by an external energy, you're understanding that that part of you that is just very bold, maybe even a bit feisty, is actually just who you are at your core, and it's nothing that you need to work on. It's something that, if anything, you need to bring up to the surface more often. You need to integrate. Okay? It's a side of you that is the born leader, the commander, the cardinal energy. So you are stepping into your authority. I hope that makes sense. Now, I know this is a general message. I know some people out there are feisty and they need to do some work on that. But for whoever I'm connecting with today, that's not you. Okay? So there's going to be times, situations that where that energy is going to come out of you. Like, I'm not taking this. I'm going to put this person in their place. I'm going to say something. And Spirit wants you to know that that's okay. That's required in that moment. Okay? And doing that in that moment is wise. Because whoever I'm connecting with today, in the past, you would suppress that part of yourself, or you would think about it, conceptualize it as a reaction, as a negative reaction you're having. But really, it's just your own authority coming out. I hope that makes sense. Okay. The Hierophant for what you don't see coming. This is your wisdom. The born leader, teaching others. Holding the keys, sitting on a throne. Tell me more about this Hierophant energy for what Cancer doesn't see coming. Some of you are going to start your own business, or you already have. A Six of Swords and the Nine of Swords. For some of you, this is going to be something around the shadow side. Like, you're going to be addressing fears or anxieties. You could be teaching people how to calm their mind. Maybe you're a counselor or a therapist, or you do some kind of art making that addresses fear in some way. Like, the Six of Swords is mental clarity, peaceful mind, detaching from difficult thoughts and conflict. And the Nine of Swords is stress, anxiety, nightmares, sleepless nights, fears. The shadow whispering in our ear telling us we're no good, And I'm seeing you do something, create something here that helps dissolve this energy, break it apart, not have so much control over you or over others. There's something you're doing here to dispel fears for other people or even for yourself. But the Hierophant is a teacher. And this comes through your lived experience. You have been in places where you did fear things. And maybe you did let those fears in a little bit too much. Like, I'm talking really feared things. Like, somatically, your body was fight or flight mode. Or maybe even fawn. And you've learned through your own experience how to break apart that rigid energy that closes the walls in on you. And you're creating something around this. You're doing something with this lived experience, with this wisdom of yours. You don't see it coming, though. Some of you are going to make the news, I'm hearing. This could, I mean, it doesn't have to be like national news or something like that. It's like you're going to make a mark, you know, maybe in the town paper, I don't know, or like someone's going to mention you. Someone's going to give you some notoriety. This is a good thing, though. It's good. It's positive. They're going to give you a shout out in some way. It's not what you're looking for, but it will be a confirmation of how far you've come in terms of you not giving any Fs, I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. Okay? You do something and it makes the headlines. 3 of Swords for your opportunity. Taking those swords out of your heart, those painful words other people have said, those painful thoughts that have been in your mind. Taking them out, you know, she's removing the sword here. That's the opportunity. I'm hearing something needs to bleed out. Okay, so the sword here that's pierced your heart, you've left it in there because you were scared if you took it out, if you let something go, or you looked at the wound that something created, that you would bleed out, that it would be too much. So it's better to just keep the knife in there. Now you're at a point where you're like, no, I'm going to take the knife out, let something bleed out. Not literally, of course, but you know what I mean? It's like, let the energy out so that it becomes empty enough for spirit to fill me back up with overflowing energy and abundance. So there's like a clog here, you know? And your opportunity is to drain it. Okay, maybe you want to take a spiritual bath and imagine all the energy when it goes down, or all the water when it goes down the drain as old energy you're getting rid of. There's something here that you could do with liquid or water to watch something drain out. I'm seeing someone pour something into a funnel. Okay, tell me more about this opportunity. Some of you are listening to old music, like oldies or old records or something like that. Or you're finding antiques around, something around old music. This is healing for you. 4 of Swords and the Star. Wow. Prophetic dreams. Definitely. That's in the cards for you. In the next month, I'd say, you're going to have a number of prophetic dreams. There could be 4 significant dreams. They might be metaphorical and symbolic, but if you work on them and translate them into however you feel it makes sense to you, you'll see the prophecy in them. This is what happens. It's like you take that knife out of your heart and you say, you know what? This pain, it's not actually protecting me. It's not actually stopping anything like more pain from happening. You know what I'm saying? It's like you hold on to some pain so that you can't get hurt again. It's like you realize I'm not doing that anymore. This knife in my heart is actually hindering me. So I'm going to take it out, let it drain out, let the energy drain out. And then it's like the energy flows in for this vision of the future that's currently unable to get through. Many of you have had or are going to have a dream where you reconcile with someone that you are not reconciling with in the 3D for whatever reason. But in the dream, you do reconcile with this energy. And this is a really good dream, even if this person was someone who was cruel to you, someone you would never connect with in the 3D realm. And the reason, and this dream, the reason why this dream is so good is because you are integrating and reconciling painful energy that that person represents. Like you're bringing it back into a place of love. Do you know what I'm saying? Probably not. Hold on. Let me see if I can articulate this better. It's forgiveness for yourself. That's what's happening in the dream. Okay? And it is prophetic because it's not necessarily that you're going to make up with this person in the 3D, but it's that the energy, once you awaken, has been released and you've integrated the pain. And by integrated, I mean alchemized and healed yourself. Okay, so honor those dreams, even if you're like, I can't believe I had a dream where I'm with this person and we're getting along, or we said sorry to each other, we're with each other, and they were awful to me. That dream was a healing dream for you. And the prophecy of that dream is that now I'm hearing a new gate has opened. You've released. You've taken the knife out. You've released something. But then for others of you, you're going to have real prophetic dreams where it's like real, like reality. You see reality in your dream. A real life-like situation happens in your dream. And then it comes to pass in the 3D. Okay, let's see. Those of you who are doing any kind of spiritual work or healing work or even artistic work, dreams are really important here. Your challenge is the 5 of Pentacles. Tell me more about this. 6 of Pentacles. What is going on here? So what I'm seeing in these cards are these two energies holding each other. I'm not sure if this is you and someone else or two aspects of yourself, but it's like you're holding on to each other for dear life, maybe waiting to be rescued or waiting for that ship to come so that you can get off this rock. And this person, this energy, this well, I think this is you. This part of you appears and balances something and says, I'm right here. Hold on. There's some messages coming through here. And then I'm seeing these two people then kneel before this aspect of yourself. Okay, so I think this is all you. Two aspects of yourself. Maybe these are different ages, two major events that you went through, right? And these two parts of yourself, you went, let's just say as an example, you went through something really traumatic when you were a teenager, and then you went through something really traumatic in your 30s or later on, or however old you are, just two different time periods. And those two aspects of yourself, those two temporal parts of yourself are now holding on to each other for dear life because they've been wounded, they've been hurt, they've been injured, they've been left out in the cold. And they're kind of frozen, stuck in time. They're stuck in time. And this new part of you, well, it's not new, it's always been there, but it's new to you to experience it, comes and says, you can let go of one another, okay? You can let go of the pain. Because we are in a more balanced time. You're healing yourself, in short. You don't need a guru. You don't need a tarot reading. You don't need a counselor, a therapist, a BFF to vent to. All those things can be nice. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying you shouldn't do those, go to those things. You can. But you don't need them. And it's like you're realizing that I don't need anything. I can rebalance my own energy. I can thaw out those frozen memories of myself and the pain that I had in those times. I can thaw them out and let them melt away. So what exactly is the challenge here? Wheel of Fortune. Well, get ready for a new life. Once you do that, and maybe you should really do this if you feel guided, write down 2 times in your life where you feel like the energy is still a little stuck, or your memory is so fresh about some certain time. It's like, where do you feel frozen in time? 2 places. And then see how you can bring, what's the energy of balance meaning here? King of Pentacles, some sense of safety and security to those parts of yourself, to that time, to that energy. Physically go, or I guess energetically, go into the memory as your present self. Okay, so imagine yourself back in that situation, in that horrible time with that horrible thing that was going on, and walk into the memory as your present self. Hold out your hand to your past self and say, come on, let's get out of here. We're going to balance this energy out. For those of you who feel guided, that's going to be really powerful for you. It's a massive karmic resolution. You're in the authority position, the authority to heal yourself, the authority to shift the energy of the past. And this changes everything. Wow. You shed that skin. Okay. Your advice, the world, completion. Completion and mastery. So let's see. Advice. You have completed. And now you go through a new gate. Here you are. At the opening of a new portal. The sun is rising. You're standing at the gate. Where to next, Cancer? What do you want to do next? Whatever you do, it's going to be something that your ambition, an old ambition, returns. It's going to be something that lights you up inside, that you're passionate about, because you're closing out a heavy karmic cycle or something heavy here. Soul searching, you're doing it. Okay, I'm going to tell you the outcome. I'm also going to do an extended reading. In the extended, we're going to go a layer deeper. I feel like this is deep AF, but we're going to go a layer deeper and see what else is there. If you're interested in that, the link is in the description box below. If you don't like that idea, if you can't go there, trust that. That's okay. I'm hearing B6. Some of you, I don't know, look into B6. Maybe you need some. Or that's a bingo. I don't know what that means for everyone. B6, an apartment number. If you can't go to the extended, then just trust that Spirit gave you the message right here for you. The outcome, 10 of Swords and 3 of Cups. So long to these people who were trying to clamp down on you, cramp your style, gossip, have negative things to say to you, put swords in your back. So long. You're giving them the toodaloo. Toodaloo. Yeah, you are. So I don't know who these people are for you, or maybe it's just a general energy of like pleasing others or making sure you're accepted or doing the right thing. Or maybe it's very specific energies, but you've had enough. The last straw has already been pulled. Okay? So you're done. That's over. So let's see. And there's a realization, like, look, I'm seeing these fish here. This could go back to childhood for some of you. You could, if it's not actual people, you could be releasing memories from childhood. Maybe you were made fun of or bullied, you know, and this has been weighing on you. This is why you've been holding on to certain skins. This is going to be released. Okay. But when I saw the fish, I thought fish doesn't know it's in water. And that's the same for these energies. They're small-minded. They don't realize that there's a whole big world outside of themselves. Maybe they're narcissistic in a way. But you are ready to explore other worlds, bigger energies, bigger universes. The road widens for you. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, actually. I hope that helped. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.